Good morning here, and day 11 motivation project. I'm gonna play just small parts very slowly as warm up, small parts of the music, Sibelius Concerto. Oh, it's so pretty. The layers between the coffee and milk foam. It's nice. Okay, bring the violin now. 8 a.m. here in California, Sacramento. Wednesday and Saturday. Today's Saturday here, and today is busy for teaching. So I'm gonna teach in 1.5 hours. So I could practice before that. Okay, practice very slowly. Warm up. Hi, pianoforte. You achieved your goal. You told me you are gonna practice 2 measures and then you did it. Good for you. Yay. That's okay. Thank you for telling me. Have a nice day, pianoforte. Belle. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing fantastic too. Thank you for enjoying the beautiful violin sound with me too. By playing, when I'm playing, I try to listen to that beautiful sound vibration from the violin. It's cool, vibrates. Vibration creates the sound. It's really interesting. Right, it's very calming, and I talk to my students, play the violin like you're doing meditation. Marty? um, thank you. Thank you even sending blessings to my family. um, I'm so glad this YouTube channel found you. um, I know, like first time when I started the YouTube channel, I didn't expect I could have this much subscribers and then I can communicate with a lot of joy and pleasant. Um, but yeah, I didn't expect that I could talk with people like this. I know I feel so weird to call myself like influencer or YouTuber still. I feel awkward. Maybe I'll call myself as YouTuber when the subscriber passed 1,000. Yeah, maybe that time. But I'm just very local violin teacher here. But I'm happy this channel grows just like this, slowly, little by little. I mean, for people who really, really wants to enjoy the music and violin sincerely, instead of, just like bunch of um, people, including haters. Well, as all you know, I already experienced like some dislikes on my channel, and that made me grow as well. I think that's our life, No one can get love from everyone, and I'm thinking that's the way I can teach my students about criticism in classical music too. We all need to accept, no, not everyone can love my playing, but I want to tell my students, if ourselves enjoy and if there's someone who can enjoy my love, my sound, my music, then that's the enough, that could be enough reason to, keep playing the music, enjoying the music. Yes, I don't mind. I don't mind. But the very beginning, the first time was pretty surprising. And then I caught the moment that one person, I was looking at the YouTube studio, the page, and then that person keep liking I can see in the video list like dislike, 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 dislike. I can see that moment. So I caught that moment and like, wow, this person is just doing it just on purpose. Maybe someone I know, I don't know. Like jealous. I know it's pretty a lot more than I thought of the subscribers, but it's not that really like big channel. It's not like big popular, but I was just funny. That was just funny that there's a person who is doing that. And I caught that moment like, wow, this person it's just wasting the time, I don't care. And let's be honest, it's very, of being I used to be very afraid of about that dislikes, and then like someone doesn't like my playing, like, and then someone say something about my playing very, in a mean way. I was very afraid that and also my students, they are growing up, of course they will experience too, And here's the thing, I really, really want them to learn how to deal with that. It could be good, criticism sometimes is very good. I mean, most of the time, that's what I do for my students. Criticism, critically, think about their playing and then they improve. But sometimes it's hard to take. So that's how I deal with that criticism. But we all have to know, sometimes some people just say something just like a bad bad thing for no reason. Those kind of thing, of course, as you said, I don't have to mind, I don't have to care. And surprisingly, we kind of have fright to take those mean words, for no reason. It's not a good criticism. So that's the reason I just keep it on my YouTube open, exposed. And hopefully my students and some people who watch this channel learn that. Right. First of all, I think we need to realize the difference between the criticizing and hating. That's the first thing that I could get over all those emotion stuff for my playing. Because I couldn't feel the difference between the criticizing and hating before. I just took it everything and it's kind of hurting. But after I kind of knew that, oh, they're different. Hating, criticizing is totally different thing. And after that, I feel good about it. I don't care this. Oh, yeah, that's good criticism. Oh, I take it. That's a good point, good feedback. Thank you. I take it. Belle, I'm really glad that you just mentioned that out loud. Yes, we need to know the difference between the criticizing and hating. Right, that's the first thing to do. I have to make a note right here. All right, I'll just go back to practice just 1 second. Right. And you know what? And then the fact that I saw some article or some the post on the website, like, in the world, I heard that one of one of one out of 100 people is psychopath. So that's the fact, 1 out of 100 people. So we all may meet psychopath. And they could say something, and I don't have to care everyone, even one out of 100 people is psychopath. And then when I know that fact, I feel so much better. Right? The tips for sight reading: do every day, little by little. Set some specific time. If you are going to do sight reading 10 minutes every day, just do it first. That's the thing. You have to just do it really, really every day. And always when you do the sight read, check the two things: key signature and time signature. And last, before you start the sight reading, just look at everything just briefly. But when you look at that briefly, find something, find some parts. Excuse me. It's morning here, so the voice is. So when you look at the music briefly, find some parts that looks harder than other part. It could be rhythm, it could be finger pattern. You're a pianist, right? Finger pattern. For violinist, also some bow pattern is complicated. So those kind of things, look at them and do the image training. All just that parts seems harder than other parts. So image, play that in your head before you do sight reading, and then start at the beginning. And one more thing, when you set the tempo, when you get started, find the fastest part from the music and kind of set the tempo in there. So if you practice a lot, if you play a lot, then you will have some idea. Oh, this, like that complicated pattern and the fastest part, that probably I can play this much tempo. And then bring that tempo to the beginning and start with that tempo. Okay, let me read your what we do with sight reading. What do we sight reading for practicing? I actually don't understand clearly. Sight reading is basically you just play random music randomly. Today play this music, today play that music. Just play that you've never seen. You've never seen. That's sight reading. It's like, could be etude book, or it could be some, like, you can play some sonata, anything, any music. For violinists, we do a lot the orchestra piece. But for a pianist, you can do just any etude book. And you told me you are using the application on your iPad. Then you can just explore there and then just randomly any piano music, you just play it. Any music. There's no rule or condition for that music at all. It's just randomly. But it's better to find a similar level, not too difficult piece. Sounds good. Important thing is you have to change every time. New music, new music, new music. Bunch of music out there. A lot of music. I don't think I'll, I can even play 1% of whole music in my life. Catherine. Yay! I'm fully motivated. Thank you. Thanks to you all. Good to see you here. I'm really happy to see you every day. I think you joined every day. 오늘은 헤이즐넛 대신에 라벤더 라떼예요. This coffee is a lavender latte. Simple lavender syrup today. Yes. Lavender latte. 라벤더 라떼. 한국어 인증됐나요? 라벤더 라떼. 아, 감사합니다. Korean pronunciation of English is pretty interesting. You know, we don't have R, F, and V, Z sound, so feels weird when we speak Korean pronunciation English. So for example, like lavender latte, you know, we don't have R sound, so we say lavender latte. Just get rid of the R. That's pretty interesting. And then also we don't have F sound, so F is replaced by P. So like fantastic, you know, then we say fantastic. So that's the thing that I'm talking about with Korean here. Yes, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. high position double stop is, I mean, just high position is really hard because even just small angle of finger change a lot of tune up there. So I have to teach my finger feel that all that sensitivity to make it in tune. And yeah. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you here again too. Yes, pianoforte, you can just ask me a question. Andantino? Is it? I actually forgot. Andantino, Andante is moderately slow tempo around Andante. There's no like absolute rule for the mm, for the tempo. But Andantino, absolutely from the Andante, all we know. So moderately slow, but the Korean person here, his name is Minter, and he said just a little bit slowly. Okay, Shirley, high position, bow movement makes sound, added noise. Something like the high position playing underneath the original sound, we can hear something like something like the husky voice, right? Like a like phlegm sound. That sound that was bugging me as well, bothered me, right? But we have to ignore it because that's the only one who listen. Audience cannot listen to that sound. But if just a real noise that everyone can hear, probably high position needs to find a good part for the contact point. I think a little bit G, A string, a little bit closer to the bridge, but E string really close to the bridge here. Surprisingly, that's the best sound, and then easy to play without noise. So you can set the tempo between andante and moderato, somewhere in between. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to press the bow harder at all. Just find a good contact point for the sound. Here's the third position. I'm playing really light. Hi, Gizoro. Here is good morning, but is there a good morning too? For you, what should I say? Good evening? Yes, something when we play the high position, we can hear like wow, 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 something like that kind of sound, right? That sound is just totally, ignorable. That shouldn't be cared. That's the same thing. We just feel to find a good position of the contact point, A, D, G string as well. Not so close to the bridge, but maybe in the middle or a hair bit closer to the bridge, you can find your with your own violin, because I'm sure every violin is different, and then the contact point could be different. So that's why I cannot say the number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of it. Every violins are different. My violin is more like a little bit thicker, warmer, a little bit like my violin is pretty fatty sound, a little bit fatty sound. It's not like the bright feminine sound. My violin is pretty masculine, so that means a little bit lower voice, lower tone than other violin. So I don't have to go that close to the bridge. I don't have to make it that tight, but definitely in general I use a little bit closer to the bridge on G string. So it's just follow your instinct and play slowly, and then your arm bow will find it. Like too much close, not good. Maybe a little bit too close to the fingerboard, not so strong enough. A little bit go closer to the bridge. Oh, that's strong enough. Yeah. And then when I go high position, did you notice that a little bit, even a hair bit closer to the bridge? Bow movement, high positions. Light bow or heavy bow means how much we press, or the bow itself. On G string, it's of course easy to use the heavy bow, because when we think about the nature of the string, G string is thicker, right? That means G string needs more pressure than other strings. So, and also nature of the bow, frog is heavier, so closer to the frog, but no extra pressure. So G string is more like here. Yeah, a little bit closer to the frog. And yeah, instead of right at the frog, I like to use a little bit farther. So use the weight instead of the pressure. And when we think about more between pressure and the weight, playing the violin is so much easier, because we have to use all nature stuff from our body, from the violin, the bow, everything. So that's the reason teachers say relax arm as well, because basic bowing, even in the basic bowing, we want to use the weight from the hand, elbow, arm, shoulder, all the weight, instead of pressing with the hand. On G string high position, yes, it takes time. But don't forget, always knuckle. It takes time to be trained. My pinky recently got so much stronger. I think the first day of my practice live streaming video, when I practice that part, I don't think that was clear enough, but I practice the G string a lot. These days I feel so much stronger now. And then just repeating right there, and then feel snapping, tapping the fingers. Instead of pressing, knuckle. If the making out of tune bugging you, then just try without the bow, so left finger can get stronger. So important thing is left finger, keep relaxed hand, make sure, check your muscle right here, and then drop. And probably your fingertip would learn how to go precisely right when snap it. Like if I snap other side, I cannot play that too. Yes, drop the tip. And I talk to my students about the dropping fingers. It's like a gun shooting. Before you go, you have to do the targeting first in the air and drop. But what happened? My student doesn't do the targeting. Just drop anywhere. That's why we make the out of tune. Same thing, gun shooting. You have to targeting first, do the targeting first, and then shoot, right? But students, what they do, no targeting, just shoot. That's why finger just, so you have 4 guns, to do the shooting. So targeting first before you drop, and then drop by knuckle, snapping. Hopefully this is easy to understand. So that's the how to drop fingers. And G string is harder, of course. It's a thicker string, and it's hard to catch the string by the fingertip. Yes, with plenty of time. For my pinky, mine is extra weaker before because very sharpy tip, not that meaty, is very sharpy tip and kind of relatively shorter than other fingers. So more than 2 years for me to train the pinky at the beginning. And still, I try to give extra attention for my pinky now as well. Everyone's pinky is very tricky to train. yes, practice the pinky vibrato when you feel strong enough for the pinky. You know, when you feel like your pinky is strong enough, just dropping it. Then then start to train the pinky vibrato. So that's the reason recently in the Bach, I use the third finger instead for the a lot of notes in Bach. And recently, have you seen I'm marking for the Bach a lot and erase things? That's the thing I changed the fingering numbers, because now I decide to use pinky, and I feel like pinky is stronger now, so I changed the fingerings. So just replace the fingering numbers. Don't hesitate to change it, and then later when you feel comfortable with the pinky, then you can try switch the fingering numbers. Okay, let me just decide the exact number for you, pianoforte. So andantino is between andante and the moderato. Let's see. So andante is around 75. Andantino, how about 83 or so? 80, 85? And I use this app, Pro Batrodo, and when I change the tempo, you can see they tell you this is andantino, right? Like moderato, andante, adagio. This app probably helped. So, but I'm not sure the Android phone. Oh, but you have iPad, right? So just App Store. Yep, looks like this. Yeah, this shape. It's free. It's good. I love this. All right, I have 5 minutes to practice. Follow your instinct. Tempo, the famous violinist Oistrakh talk about the tempo. Tempo is like a temper. So follow your mood for the tempo. Yes, metronome is more like a helper to guide everything as a big picture. But I don't like to being obsessed with the exact tempo from the beginning till the end. So just remember, tempo is like a temper, could be different every day, depends on your mood. However, even tempo is different story. That's why we practice with the metronome, to make our mood even. Yeah, why not? Practice with metronome all the time, and then eventually the goal is that you control the tempo. It's not like 100% like. But of course, that's right. When you use the metronome, when I use the metronome, of course, match exactly 100% precisely. But I'm not obsessed. Yes, when you feel familiar with the tune, depends on the rhythm, and it's more like a big picture. Because I like to stretch some notes. I like to do some, stretch some notes, but some parts like from here to there, like all the 16 notes, even 16 notes, sometimes I stretch some specific notes depending on the phrase. So I like to do the big make a pulse, not like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, instead of like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, or 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I can do even though 8 in one beat. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we can make more music even in the even tempo. So important thing is the concept of the pulse when you practice with the metronome. So I like to use the big standard of the tempo instead of like 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 instead of that. 1 2 1 2, or 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, or whatever, but still it's a pulse, same one. Yeah, try to be free within the tempo. It's like a discipline. Our kid, teenager, wants to go everywhere, but make a big fence. Oh, you play in here. You play in the big fence, and then feel more free in there. But don't go out the fence. Oh, really? All right, guys, good to see you. And I normally I warmed up with the scales in the morning all the time, but today I don't have enough practice time today since I have to teach. So I just warmed up with some very small parts of the Sibelius. That's why I practice slowly. And that's kind of fun. You can try, when you play the music, you don't have to insist to play scale, etude. Sometimes we don't like to, right? So those time you can use this way, some parts just take it, and then play like a etude, play like a scale. That's kind of fun too. Thank you, Shirley. I love to see you here. I'll see you again. Could be later today or tomorrow. Have a nice day. Have a good time right there. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you for staying. Bye-bye, Belle. Bye, pianoforte. Bye. 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 Okay. Thank you, Shirley. Bye-bye.